Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you're safe this weekend. Lots of things happened in the US this week. Many things happened that I'm sure many of you were hoping would not. And some pretty massive reverberations are being felt both in the US but also around the world as a consequence of re-electing Donald Trump to be the 47th President of the United States. I'm going to keep my personal opinions about what that means for electric vehicles and for the channel for a different video that is going to be published tomorrow. It's going to be very basic. It's going to try and be as brutally honest and as open as possible and discuss some of the things that may or may not change here moving forwards and some of the things that we know or don't know about the EV industry. Today, though, I want to hear your opinions of what will happen. Perhaps you are someone who believes that the change in president and the change in political party in control of the US will be a good thing. Perhaps you feel that we're actually going to see an even playing field for electric vehicles, one without subsidies, one where electric vehicles will be sold solely on their own merits rather than on any kind of tax benefits. Perhaps you think that the change to a Republican leadership and a Republican president will make it easier for autonomous vehicles to hit the streets. Republicans are traditionally a party that is supposedly lower when it comes to regulation, lower on regulations. They prefer to have fewer regulations and more opportunity for businesses to try new things. Maybe you feel that will enhance the ability for semi-autonomous driver assistance features and self-driving cars, robo-taxis and the like to hit the roads of the US. I know that some of you have already voiced your thoughts that one of the reasons why Elon Musk got behind Donald Trump as a candidate was because that he felt that doing so would make it easier for him to bring about robo-taxis and to set up Tesla as a leader in robotic taxi services with as minimal as regulation as possible. On the flip side, maybe you are someone who is fearful for the future of electric vehicles and clean technology. Maybe you are worried about RUCs, road usage charges, becoming the norm instead of having heavy EV taxes on registration. Maybe we'll see a switch to road usage charges where people pay per mile driven. Perhaps you are worried that some of the policies that have been in place in the last couple of years from President Biden, such as the Chips and Science Act, such as the battery incentives that have existed to try and get companies to come to the US and establish battery production facilities, will be cancelled, and the companies that were going to come here will now look elsewhere. And combined with heavy 100% tariffs on all imported goods from overseas will basically kill EV production and EV sales and EV adoption as America looks to dig more climate dangerous fossil fuels from the ground. Maybe you're in that camp, or maybe you're somewhere in the middle. Maybe you think that there will be good things about this. And maybe there are those of you who think that there will also be bad things in equal measure. Or maybe you are among the very few, but I have encountered, group of people who think that this is all a metaphorical storm in a teacup and politicians always don't do what they say they're going to do, so we shouldn't be worried, and that it's going to be same as it ever was, and that nothing's going to really change. It's not going to be any substantive difference between one party in leadership versus the other. and that we will be here in 4 years' time having this conversation again, trying to decide who we elect next. For what it's worth, as you might be able to guess, I have different views. But as I've just said, my plan is to express those in a main video post tomorrow. But in leaving your comments in the down below, I would like to ask that you be civil and respectful to other people, and that if you disagree with someone, name calling shouldn't be the first option on your list, or in fact the last option on the list. In fact, it shouldn't be on your list at all. If there's one thing that this election has taught me, it is that there are many people in the United States, and even more people around the world, who don't really understand or care about how politics and how civics work. Assume that the other people that you are going to be talking to in the comments section may not have the same outlook as you, and be empathic, be kind, and listen. Because right now, whether it's good or bad for EVs, clean energy, and so many other causes, between now and 4 years' time, the only way that we are all going to safely get through is if we remember to be kind and courteous to one another. And if we disagree, use evidence rather than feels to back up our claims. I'll be back next week. I know some of you expected me not to be. Some of you made threats if I stuck around. Well, we're not going anywhere. See you next week. Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got some thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, our Patreon page, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of the more than 1,500 people who help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There are a range of different tiers that you can sign up for, from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, just over $10 a year. A huge welcome to our newest supporters: Alan Brim, Jim, Sarah Horlock, full name, Todd Johnson, Roderick, Stuart Despain, Rupert Ronson, Larry Phoenix, Darla, Wendy Kelly Bundenbaum, and Kay. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll also find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have a good old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at, address also linked below. And of course, if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store in the down below. Don't forget that Halloween is coming, and we've got some great designs for the season. We've also got some great content coming up, so make sure you're subscribed on PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we also think this one is well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving.